So, just on Tinder for a week, and
Tinder.
all I can say is, what the is wrong with men? Like, what is wrong with you? You're not normal. You are not normal. There are no normal single men my age.
Yeah, actually, she's completely wrong. There are plenty of normal men that are her age. The problem is they are not dating her. Okay, they are dating women who are 10 years younger. That is the problem so far. But let's let her continue.
That's the conclusion I've come to. I just have no, I have no words. Oh my God, I'm just going to be single forever. That is what I've decided.
Well, yeah, and you're likely going to be single out of your own voluntary choice, because there are men who are willing to date her, but they're just not the men that she wants, or the men that she was once able to get in her youth. So now she's relegated to choosing to be single, which is fine, but don't sit there and complain about it, because, I mean, women like this had their pick of the litter back in the day, didn't they? And because they waited too long, now they're in this position where they just have to take what they can get, and even that they don't want. And even that, if they were to take that, they would still be winning, right? Because, I mean, let's face it, even those lower tier guys that are in their 30s do not need to settle for her. So these guys are doing you the favor, but because so many modern women are so entitled these days, they don't even value that, right? It's like, nope, I deserve the Chad. I deserve, the 6-foot guy with the 6-figure income, 6 inches in the pants. I deserve him. Well, you could say that all day, but that guy is not going to choose you, right? Again, because guys like that value themselves, they are going to choose women of equal value to them, which are usually women in their early 20s.
The stuff, I barely even matched with anyone because I don't really like anyone, but the people I have matched with and the stuff that I get sent and requested and just the general conversation is, I'm lost for words. So, yeah, it's like back to single life.
The one thing I can say about her, I'll try to say something positive, is she has not done her lips, right? Like many women who are her age, even younger than her, they're all doing you guys know how I feel about the lips. Most guys feel this way too. Apparently, statistically, around 95-96% of guys think it's horrible looking, but I do give her credit for looking pretty natural. She doesn't look like she's got fake boobs, but you never know. But so far, she hasn't done any work to her face, so that's one positive going in her direction.
I know I need to stay out of singles people's business, but I have a question. So it feels like a lot of the most beautiful, talented, interesting, funny, smart women I know are single, and there's nothing wrong with being single.
Beautiful, single, what did she say? Let's bring that back. Okay, beauty is the only thing that matters here.
Single, and there's nothing wrong.
But she mentioned a whole host of other things that modern women like to mention that men just don't care about.
Smart women I know are single.
Okay, yeah, smart, confident, sassy. Guys don't care about this stuff, right? At least not initially.
And there's nothing wrong with being single, but they're active. They keep meeting men around their age who say that they don't know what they're looking for, but then also say that they are looking to have kids.
Okay, yeah, when guys tell you that they don't know what they're looking for, that just means that they're not looking for you. Okay, they're not interested in you. That's what that means when they say they don't know what they're looking for. Because if you put a 21-year-old guest model in front of him, he is not going to be saying, I don't know what I'm looking for to her. He's going to be like, yes, you, right? Let's do this. Or give me your finger, I'm putting the ring on. Right, so long as she's cool. Yeah, let's let her continue.
Looking to have kids. Like they're not sure if they want a relationship, but they do want kids. And then some of them are so bold as to say that like they know they can have kids until they die, so they might want to have their first kid around 60, 70 years old. Has anyone done any studies on like how this affects the children? Because it cannot be good for your kid development to have your daddy die of natural causes on your 7th birthday.
Okay, so first off, first she's hyperbolizing, right? Because if she's assuming he has kids at 60 or 70, most guys today are living well into their 80s, so she's hyperbolizing. At worst, if the guy has if the man decides to have a kid in his 70s, and he croaks at say 85, that kid will be 15. So he will have had a lot of development with his father. Don't worry about that, honey. Second of all, you gotta love how she's so concerned with the development of the child, right? And has anyone done any studies on this? They have, absolutely. And you know what? The child is 1,000 times better off with the father versus the mother. Okay? So, yes, let's educate her, guys. You guys who know these studies on single mothers, this is the worst thing you could do to a child, is raise him without a father. She's not citing those studies, right? But I guarantee you, she herself is either a single mom or she's cheerleading for single mothers. Okay, because these types generally do. So the facts and statistics on single mothers have been out there for a long time. But she doesn't want to dive into that, does she? Because, like I said, I mean, that is, you're setting your child up for absolute failure if you have a kid without the baby daddy, right? Sticking around. And I'm not talking about a part-time daddy where, he picks him up on the weekends. They spend every other weekend. No. He has to live at the same address. The studies are very clear on this, right? You can't have these part-time daddies. You can't even have a stepdad. It's not going to be the same. But most of these women don't even have that. They don't even have a stepdad for the kid. They just have a revolving door of dudes who are coming in and out, guys that they met on these dating apps, Tinder, Bumble, that are just coming in and banging them and then leaving. And this kid does not have he doesn't have his father, right? And, again, studies are out there. Over 20 times more likely to commit suicide, drop out of school, become a teenage parent, abuse drugs, alcohol, get involved in crimes, lead a criminal life, and it's not good for kids. But these women, they don't like to cite those studies. No, I'm just concerned about myself and these guys who are passing me up for these younger chicks because he's saying he could have kids up until he's 70 or 80, which is true, right? I don't recommend doing that. I mean, most guys don't do that. That's very rare. So again, she's exaggerating here. Most guys will at least have kids before they turn 60, right? And there are studies on this too. I think it's probably less than 10% of guys out there will have kids beyond the age of 60 if they so desire, right? But most guys, they do it when they're younger because unlike modern women, most single moms these days, we're not nearly as selfish or full of ourselves where we do think about the child. It's usually these females that aren't thinking about the child at all because, if you don't believe me, you could just look at the stats on single moms. I mean, right now, over almost 50% of households with children are being raised by a single mom. That is scary, guys. That is scary. You know what that means? It means that we're going to have a lot of violence in the streets once these kids become teenagers.
Like, why do these men think it's okay to wait until they're literal dust? Like, just because it can be done doesn't mean it should. I know.
You mean like single motherhood, right? Just because it can be done, it doesn't mean it should. Yeah, like single motherhood. And again, most guys are not going to have kids beyond the age of 60. They're going to have them before 60. And most guys who do have kids, even at 60, those guys are usually pretty active. They're not these guys living in their basement, the parents' house, playing video games all day. They're usually pretty active, pretty fit, and they have confidence in themselves. They can still run around with their kids. Okay, I mean that's nothing to be concerned about. Four Eyes.
3 reasons why dating is hard in your 30s.
Let's go.
Number 3, people just don't want to be straight up and honest.
You mean like you were in your 20s? Now it's funny when the tables turn, right, guys? That's when these women have a whole lot to say about it, is when the tables turn, and now they're in the passenger seat going, hey, how about you be honest with me? It's like, well, were you honest with me when we were younger?
2 guys I talked to wasted about 2 months of the time we were talking
to be hooking up with other people,
AKA, I was a side chick.
and to ghost me, and to just not be straight up.
Okay, again, this is behavior that many of these girls, if not most of them, were pulling on these same guys just a decade earlier, right? 2012, 2013, 2014. These girls were doing the same thing to these guys, and now they don't like it when, you know, the script gets flipped.
And I have come to find out that age doesn't matter. One guy was 7 years younger, one guy was 3 years older.
That's probably your problem too. Yeah, it does. Well, there is a difference because when a guy is 7, you're dating a guy who's 7 years younger. If you're 30 years old, that means this kid you're dating is 22. So of course he's going to do that. It's not because he's, you know, paying you back or he necessarily has a whole lot of options, but it's just you're a much older woman. And I've always said this, like these older ladies act like it's a badge of honor when a younger guy starts, you know, hitting on them, but it's not, because they're usually just there for sex. And usually it's after these girls give them the milk for free and then the guy disappears that they get on their TikTok and start complaining about it. It's like, don't give them the milk for free, right? Close your legs once in a while. These guys will stick around. You know why they'll stick around? It's because they will respect you more. They'll value you more. Okay, don't give it away so easily. That's my free advice for you.
Number 2, we're at that age where people are going through a divorce, already have children, and I'm just not ready to be a stepmom yet.
Well, you don't have much choice, but again, this woman is in her early 30s. Wait till she hits her early 40s. I guarantee she'll change her mind because she knows her options will start drying up. You got to love the confidence in these women who are still in their early 30s, right? They still think they're like in their early 20s, and they still carry the same amount of confidence. But it's not really until they hit their 40s, guys, that they start to realize it's slim pickings, really slim pickings, and they'll be willing to take, you know, guys with drug problems, drinking problems, friggin' guys who have like 10 kids from 10 different baby mamas just so they have somebody.
And last but not least, number 1, COVID.
Don't use COVID as an excuse.
You can only swipe on Bumble for so long until you run out of people to swipe.
Then just go to a different app. Well, that's all you gotta
Let me know if you agree.
All right. No, disagree. But anyway, regardless, guys, drop your comments below. Let me know what you think of tonight's coaching video. Anything you'd like to add? Anything I might have missed, please drop them in the comments below. As always, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, smash that notification bell for me as well. Do it for the YouTube algorithm. It helps me out a ton now that YouTube does not want to promote the 33 Secrets videos along with other Red Pill channels, right? They're trying to shut down our voices here. So it would help me out a ton if you actually just smash that subscribe button, smash the like button. You know what? It's free. It doesn't cost you a penny. Do it now. Okay, if you guys want to support my work, everything I'm teaching you here, best way to support me, just jump into 7 Months to Mastery. Right now it's only $1. Take advantage of it. All you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out.